times when you might feel aimless and can't see the places where you belong, but you will find that there is a purpose. It's been there within you all along, and when you're near it, you can almost hear it.
It's like a symphony. Just keep listening, and pretty soon you'll start to figure out.
A couple of years ago, I decided to teach in underserved communities, in communities that resembled a community that I was raised in. I was raised in a majority African American Hispanic community. And ever since I can remember, the arts has been cut in many of those communities. I have been blessed to tour the world with some of the greatest musicians, and I wanted to pass that on. And remember, to share a little bit of history with the world. Happy Black History Month!
On today's show, we have songs in the key of Kat Rodriguez. I will be talking with Kat, a Grammy-nominated musician, singer, saxophonist, songwriter, clarinetist, flautist, producer, arranger, composer, and teacher. Kat is a proud Puerto Rican who grew up in New York and is a graduate of Harlem School of the Arts, LaGuardia High School for the Performing Arts, and the New School. Kat's career has spanned from playing all over the world as a member of Beyonce's all-girl band. She has played with such legendary artists as Erykah Badu, Nicki Minaj, Jill Scott, Dolly Parton, the Dixie Chicks, and many, many more. Kat is also a gifted mentor and teacher, and we are so lucky to have her on our team here at the Sing for Hope Young at Arts Lab. Kat is joined here today by her all-girl band, Orange Coffee, Don Drake on bass, Allison Yaffe on guitar, and Shirazette Tennant on drums. And let's listen to a little bit of Kat. Her first song is Cuando Llego a Casa.
Hoy aprendí de la vida a valorar la mañana, un buen café en una mano y lo que se ve en mi ventana. Cómo me duele este mundo, a veces pierdo las ganas, pero el amor verdadero también mueve montañas. Y cuando llega la noche, quiero abrazar mi familia y tengo buenos amigos que a mí me adoran la vida. Y dando tantos caminos, es que me encuentro conmigo cuando regreso a lo mío. Soy tan feliz cuando llego a casa, se detiene el tiempo, vuelve el alma al cuerpo y estoy contigo, me olvido el resto. Cuando llego a casa, llegan los momentos, llegan las canciones y me encuentro en puro sentimiento. Cuando llego, cuando llego, cuando llego, cuando llego. Vivir de buenos recuerdos, de esos que quedan guardados, son alimentos para el cuerpo, ya me lo han recomendado. Que viva todo lo bueno y que se olvide lo malo. Este camino no es fácil y yo te quiero a mi lado. Y cuando llega la noche, quiero abrazar mi familia. Tengo buenos amigos que me amadoran la vida. Y cuando te canto caminos que me encuentro contigo, cuando regreso a lo mío, soy tan feliz cuando llego a casa. Se detiene el tiempo, vuelve el alma al cuerpo y si estoy contigo me olvido el resto. Cuando llego a casa, llegan los momentos, llegan las canciones y es puro sentimiento. Cuando llego, cuando llego, casa, cuando estoy contigo,
en casa,
yo te cocino todo.
en casa,
Yo te quiero, mi amor,
en casa,
con todo mi corazón.
en casa,
Papi, esto es para ti.
en casa,
Yo estoy en este estado.
en casa,
Soy maestra, te quiero mucho.
En casa.
Cuando llego, cuando llego, cuando llego, cuando llego, cuando llego a casa.
Wow! That was Cuando Llego by Fonseca. Yes. Thank you, Kat. That was absolutely amazing. You're like a young Celia Cruz. I mean, amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I want to talk with you a little bit about your growth as an artist and as a person and how music played and plays a role in that.
Well, I would say let's take a little road trip, I guess, to me being 6 in a old Buick Electra blue with black tops, 4 o'clock in the morning, and my dad would play 88.3 jazz, and I was always changing it to 97.1 Hot 97 hip hop. No, but for real, in my household, music was always a big part. Waking up, smelling coffee, it was always salsa playing. And it was kind of like, if there was an argument or a disagreement, whatever it was, music always lifted what was happening in our household. And so music has been it's been a big part of my life because it not only has been spiritual for my family, but also has opened many doors for me. I have been able to travel the whole world, and before I traveled, I toured with Beyonce. I was able to travel a lot with music. At 15, I was North Sea Jazz in Amsterdam. 16, I was in the Monterey Jazz Festival with Roy Hargrove.
Was that with LaGuardia High School?
That was with LaGuardia High School, and there was some with Harlem School of the Arts, and just a chamber orchestra that I used to tour with, classical clarinet at 15 and 16. So it has opened many doors. I don't think that I would be able to live without music. I wake up, and the first thing that the students hear in my classroom is music. Pandora's playing all the time when they walk in. And they have 5 minutes of just listening to what I'm introducing them to. So,
How lucky they are.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
mentor them. Well, listen, I'd like to set up these next 2 songs. And these are very special to you, and also you can talk to us a little bit about your journey with these next 2 songs. So take it away.
You Don't Know What Love Is, made famous by Chet Baker and Billie Holiday. It's an important song for me because it's one of the first standards that I learned.
Wow.
And it was this arrangement that you hear was also helped and arranged with Keyon Harold. We took a old jazz standard and we gave it a little hip hop groove, but in the bridge you'll hear those changes. Check it out, it's coming. And then the next one is an original. It's Remorse by me. It's in my album, Mockery. That album is no longer out because I'm planning to redo it in a live venue. I put it out while I was on tour with Beyonce. It didn't do great because I kind of went that way. Yeah. Who wouldn't, right? But I think that all those songs should come out. And that's a beautiful vault that I think that I should appreciate more. Oh, so here is You Don't Know What Love Is and Remorse.
You don't know what love is until you know the meaning of the blues, until you love the love you had to lose. You don't know what love is. You don't know how lips hurt until you kissed and had to pay the cost, until you flipped your heart and you have lost. You don't know what love is. Do you know how the heart feels at the thought of reminiscing, and how lips that taste of tears, they lose their taste for kissing? You don't know how hearts burn for love that cannot live yet never dies, until you waste each morn with sleepless eyes. You don't know what love is. Allison on guitar. It's been 3 years since you went away. You called me now after you just got played. Now you sound like I did when you left me broken down, left me torn apart, made my heart so sad. Now that you've been through it all, you wanna know how I got through it all? It was hard, but you ain't leave me no choice. Girl, you left me with no remorse. You don't know how I feel until it happened to you. So now the same thing you put me through, she did it to you. I finally got you on the phone with me. Let me tell you how this relationship hit me. You destroyed me for a little while. I shedded tears nightly, and you know how much I hate to cry. I was living with someone who didn't love me, had someone on deck ready to replace me. First you loved me, then you wanted to leave me. At the end, you just left me hurting you. You just left me with no remorse. You kicked me out of our house. You forgot of my son and me. But what you did came back on you. And now you see that you can lose love too. 'Cause no one is invincible when you give someone your heart. When you give them all of your heart. And then they beat you up with no remorse. No remorse. No remorse. Hey.
Okay, are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Sure, let's go.
Okay, these questions, just whatever comes to your mind. I have to say I borrowed them from the great Brene Brown. Are you ready? Just be honest, which I know you know how to do that.
Okay.
All right, number one, vulnerability. Is it worth it?
Absolutely. You have to be vulnerable to understand the ups and downs. If you are just like this all the time, you're not going to let anything in. If you're just scared, or you have to be vulnerable. You have to.
And that's where the art begins, doesn't it?
Yeah, usually if you hear music, you hear art, and usually it's from a place where you have been hurt, or you have been excited, or in love, passionate. And to be able to give that to someone, you have to be vulnerable to give that to someone.
Absolutely.
You absolutely have to.
All right, number two, you're called to be brave, but the fear is real, and you can feel it in your throat. What's the first thing you do?
Breathe. I learned this technique a month ago. 4 breaths, in, out slowly, and then 3 more, but we don't have that time.
We don't have that time. But that's good advice.
Yeah.
It's good advice for our viewers. Number 3, something people often get wrong about you.
That I'm mean.
What? You're just fiery.
I am very fiery. I am very fiery, but I think that there's a misconception that I am I think that I'm very straight to the point and very driven by work, and I have a focus, a plan, and sometimes that can be misconstrued for being, I like to laugh, I like to play around. I'm a big kid, you really get to know me. But if you don't know me, you just see like that persona that had to grow up in New York. That Brooklyn girl that had to walk home at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you cannot be bubbly. You have to be,
That's what I like about you. All right, number 4, the last show that you binged and loved.
On TV?
Yeah.
The last show that I binged? Okay, this might be, you guys might laugh at me. Shiversette got me on Shadowhunters. It's like this really sci-fi. It's, when I think about it, it's really dumb. But I liked it. And I was in it. It was in the coronavirus time when we were like locked down for real. And I think I saw the whole series in like maybe two days. It was like vampire and different types of like fairies and stuff like that.
Favorite movie?
Dirty Dancing. Hey Sylvia. Hey Loverboy. I love that part.
I love it. I love it. A concert you'll never forget.
A concert that I'll never forget. Paul Simon opening up for Beyonce. I will never forget that.
What?
Because I was just like, why is Paul Simon opening up for us? I love him. I remember seeing him on PBS at Channel 13 and being like, one day I'm gonna play with Paul Simon. I never got to play with Paul Simon, but he did open up for the biggest show that I've ever done, Glastonbury, with Beyonce. Yep.
Oh,
250,000 people in the audience. Pretty big.
Love it. Okay, your favorite meal?
My favorite. Well, that has changed because my stomach has changed. But my favorite meal will probably always consist of some type of seafood. So maybe seafood paella or shrimp scampi, but with gluten-free pasta.
I know. Okay, name 4 songs on your playlist, and what do they collectively say about you?
Oh wow, they say that I probably have multiple personalities. So 4 songs on my playlist. Songs that I love: Dolly Parton's "Coat of Many Colors," Ella Fitzgerald, "Blue Skies," "Killing in the Name of" by Machine, and let me see, a salsa song. I don't know. How is the salsa song giving me the most trouble? It's because there's so many.
Yeah.
I would say Tito Puente, Oye Como Va.
I love it. Okay. A snapshot of an ordinary moment in life that brings you joy.
My son. Having my son.
That's beautiful. And what are you deeply grateful for right at this minute?
Knowing the things that I love. I think that there are many people out there that are struggling with finding something that makes them happy and whole. And I think that I've been blessed and grateful to know that early on in life.
It's a gift.
It is a gift.
It's truly a gift. I'd say you did pretty well.
Thank you.
Okay, we're at the end of our program, and I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time, for sharing your bandmates with us today.
There are times when you might feel aimless and can't see the places where you belong, but you will find that there is a purpose. It's been there within you all along, and when you're near it, you can almost hear it. listening.